In this video, let's talk about using diagrams to represent ratios, as well as introduce a word called equivalent ratios. So here we have a diagram that represents three different mixtures of powdered drink mix, like a Kool-Aid and some water. So my question is, how will the mixtures compare in taste? Well, I think it's pretty obvious if you look at A and B that those are going to taste the same. Why? Well, because their ratios, the ratio of mix to water is exactly the same. But how would C compare to A and B? Would it taste stronger, taste weaker, or would it taste the same? Now, at first glance, you might see that everything here is more, right? Everything is doubled, it looks like, compared to our original ones. So I had 4-1, now I have 8-2. So my first inclination would be, hey, it's going to taste stronger. But thinking back to what we talked about in the last video, ratios can be represented with equally sized groups. So if I were to circle an equally sized group here, I see that for every 4 teaspoons of my powdered drink mix, there's 1 cup of water, just like my original recipe. So even though this has more of each ingredient, if I break down the ratios, I see that in each group, it actually does taste the same as my original. It's just more, okay? And there's a word for this. We know that 2 recipes will taste the same, or 2 ratios will be the same, if their ratios are equivalent, okay? So what are equivalent ratios? If each ingredient in the recipe is multiplied by the same number, then the ratios of the ingredients will be equivalent. So let me come back up here for just a moment here, okay? So in our original ratio, we had 4 teaspoons of drink mix. I'm just going to put D for drink mix. And we had 1 cup of water. So I'll put 1W. In our letter C drink mix, we had 8 teaspoons of drink mix and 2 cups of water. We say that ratios are equivalent if you can multiply each ingredient by the same number. So for example, 4 times 2 makes 8. 1 times 2 makes 2. See how we're multiplying here by the same number? We can take any ratio, multiply it by that same number to make a new ratio, but it will be equivalent to the first ratio. And what that means is that they will taste the same. Okay, so going back down here. So we think about this one as a double batch, right? We've doubled our ingredients. Will a double batch or triple batch of a recipe taste the same as a single batch? Yes, because their ratios are equivalent. We can break them down into that original ratio, that single batch recipe. Okay, so let's look at an example here. I got batches of cookies. A recipe calls for 1 batch of cookies. A recipe for 1 batch of cookie calls for 5 cups of flour and 2 teaspoons of vanilla. We're going to draw a diagram that shows how much flour and vanilla we'll need for 2 batches of cookies. Now, when you draw a diagram, you can pick any shapes you'd like to represent these. We don't have to actually draw bags of flour and little bottles of vanilla extract. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to choose circles here for flour. So I'm going to draw 5 circles to represent my amount of flour that I'll need. And then for vanilla, let me do some triangles. So I'll do 2 triangles. This is a visualization, a diagram of my recipe. Okay, so I'm going to put a little box around this one. This is 1 batch of the cookies. The ratio is 5 flour to 2 vanilla. Okay, but I want a double batch, which means I'm going to have to take my original recipe and double it, which means times it by 2. I want 2 of everything here. So I'm going to have to add another 5 cups of flour and 2 teaspoons of vanilla. Now I have 10 flour and 4 vanilla. Will these recipes taste the same? A single batch and a double batch? The answer is yes, because these ratios are equivalent. How do I know? Well, if I were to multiply 5 to make 10, I'd have to multiply it by a factor of 2. If I might make 2 into 4, I'd have to multiply that by a factor of 2. When we multiply by the same factor, our ratios are equivalent. So let's come down here. What if I want to take my recipe and I wanted to make 5 batches of cookies? Well, this is going to be a little cumbersome here to draw a diagram for 5 batches. We could definitely do it, definitely count up our ingredients and get our ratio. Let's use that idea of equivalent ratios being multiplied by the same amount. So if I start by my original ratio, which is 5 flour to 2 vanilla, and I want to get a ratio of, let's say, 5 batches of flour and vanilla, I'm going to have to take my ingredients and I'm going to multiply them by 5. 5 times 5 would be 25 cups of flour and then 10 teaspoons of vanilla. Again, these will taste the same because I'm multiplying by the same factor, which means they are equivalent. Okay? Now finally, let's use a little last example here. A baker says that using those ingredients will make the cookies taste different since you're mixing more flour and vanilla. Explain why this thinking is incorrect. So again, this is a common misconception. You think we're multiplying, we're having more of each ingredient, that it's going to taste a little bit different because we have more of everything. But if we're multiplying by the same ratio of ingredients, then the recipe will taste the same.